Hello everybody. Hope everybody's having a beautiful and blessed life. Today I want to talk about triumph and letting go. And the reason I want to talk about this is because it is so important to let go of certain habits. Humans are habitual creatures, and once we find something that we do all the time or that we enjoy, we just make it a habit, and you just continuously just get in this cycle, and then your life becomes routine, and then you become mediocre, and then before you know it, you're dead. Well, let's not make this a morbid conversation. What I'm trying to say is, I was speaking to one of my friends, and it brought something to my attention. We were talking about life and how things change and how we change, and how, to be a better person, the little things that took us many steps forward, that catapulted us straight forward to who we are today. And I was talking to my friend, and I said, I realized that I was changing when I decided to clean the dishes. And I know this sounds like such a mundane thing, like an everyday, ordinary, clean dishes, laundry, what? What I'm trying to say is, there was a point in my life where I was very lazy. I didn't do anything. I used to smoke pounds of weed, and I used to dab my fingers into other drugs, and I used to just do crazy things, hang out with people that didn't care. I didn't care. None of us cared. And it was what am I doing? I was partying a lot. I was out there, but I was lazy. I was lazy. I was lazy. I didn't do anything. My mother, I remember there was one point in my life where my mother came in the room, and I was high, smoked so much herb that day, and I was totally comatose, laying out on my bed, wrappers all over the place, my Arizona in my hand, eyes bloodshot. I'm half awake, half asleep, not sure if I'm ready to sleep or ready to get up. I was in that place. And my mother coming in, I remember her busting the door open. She knew, because I didn't care. I was blatantly honest. Yeah, this is it. What's up? And I remember her coming in and making a huge scene. What are you doing with your life? Look at you. You're covered in garbage. Blah, 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 blah. Is that what you want to be? Da, 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 da. The whole thing. That day, I didn't respond to her. That day, I did not make a conscious effort to do anything. That day, I was done. I took a nap, and that was it. But I will never forget how that played a role in my subconscious mind. It was one of the days that changed my life. It was one of the days that my mother really performed her motherly role to the best. God bless her. I remember that day realizing how she was calling me lazy, all these things, and I remember that day, and now that I think back on it, realizing how I wasn't even offended, because I knew it was true. And I knew I had to make a change. I didn't want to, but I knew I had to. Something had to happen. And I remember that I didn't do anything. I didn't clean dishes. I didn't do anything. My mom used to every day, Jen, you have to clean the dishes. Jen, I'd be like, yeah. And I would never do it. And little by little, I started cleaning the dishes. And that's when I realized that my life began to change. Because I consciously made an effort to clean the dishes. And then it progressed. Then I started doing other things and more and more. And then I took on more responsibility, and I started performing it to the best of my ability. And I started to do more things, and I started to explore, and I started to have a better relationship with my parents. And life began to change. And the reason I'm sharing this with you guys is because, guys, there are many times in life where people come to us and they say things to us that we don't want to hear. And we don't want to hear it because we know it's true. And we don't respond because we know it's true. And some of us respond violently because we know it's true, and it hurts to face the truth sometimes. But guys, if you want to be successful, you have to let go of whatever habit you have. My habit was being lazy. My habit was doing nothing. You know yourself. You have to know thyself. Know thyself. I cannot stress this enough. You have to know who you are in order to understand your mind and how it works. In order to understand how to change and shift things in your subconscious mind. You have to know these things. You want to be successful? You have to work in all dimensions of your being. You cannot be successful just by speaking things into truth. You cannot be successful just by doing. No. You have to all the dimensions, all of it, put it together and it creates you. So because of that, you have to manipulate all of it to move it in the direction of positivity, in a direction of success, in a direction of great health. You need to do your homework. You need to study yourself. Because sometimes the greatest trial and tribulation in life is you. Sometimes the only thing that's stopping you is you. And you are your greatest test sometimes. And what I'm saying is, the message for today is to let go of the old habits, of the old things that you kind of don't want to work on, but you know you have to. Like you have to. You have to decide. You have to make a decision. Do you want to be successful? Do you want to be somebody in life that will be remarkable, that will be unforgettable? Do you want to change yourself? Do you want to make a difference in the world? Do you believe that you have something great to offer? This is the time. You have to look in the mirror. Look at yourself. Look deep into your eyes. And don't be afraid to talk to yourself if you have to. Don't. And ask yourself, are you worth it? Am I worth it? Am I worth it? You have to sit there and really evaluate yourself. You do, why not? You do it with everything else. You do it with everything else. You like to see if things are to your liking. You like to see if things are good for you, if they make you feel good. But nobody ever does a reality check and says, am I to my liking? Am I the person that I needed my whole life? Am I the person that I've always wanted to be? Are you? Today, make a change. Make a decision. If you want to be mediocre, be mediocre. It's your life. But if you want to be remarkable, make a decision today to be remarkable. Make a decision today to be who you want to be. To do everything with passion, to the best of your ability, to change. And even if it starts with something as mundane as cleaning dishes, or doing your laundry, or cleaning your car, or just saying thank you, you have to change. Something has to happen. Life does not change. You change. It's a shift in perspective. You change. You become the beauty in the world. Guys, we are all artists. It is the gift that God has given us. We were made in His likeness and image. We have the ability to create. So why not create beauty? You can be everything you've ever wanted to be, guys. And I keep telling you this. If only you would take the step. Guys, I'm going to leave you with that. And I really want you to sit and meditate on it. Are you worth it? Is your life worth being amazing? What do you want from life? And write it down. Write it down. Write yourself letters to the future you. I've done it. I have so many letters piled up for when I'm 50, when I'm 40. Write yourself letters 2 years from now, a year from now, for New Year's. Write yourself a letter, an inspirational letter, and tell yourself how much you love yourself. And tell yourself how much what you expect of yourself, because you know you are meant for great things. Guys, I love all of you. I pray that all of you with great intentions may truly fulfill your purpose and follow your dreams. Do it all with passion and love, and you will be the best in everything. I love you guys. Peace and love, my friends.